Okay, ever feel like your 9 to 5 is kind of slowly chipping away or eating at your actual life? Like your calendar is kind of just doing a whole bunch of things, soaking up every drop of time and energy you have. If you're autistic, ADHD, or AuDHD like me, you already know the deal. Burnout hits harder. Masking at work feels like a full-time side hustle. And something as simple as setting a boundary can feel riskier than speaking up in a board meeting. But here's the good news. Today we're going to talk about the boundaries that protect your energy, the research on coming out as a neurodivergent at work, and the steps managers can take to make workplaces actually safe for us to thrive. So hi, I'm Nicola, your neurofabulous friend, and I'm late diagnosed AuDHD. I work as a leader in a not-for-profit, and I spend way too much of my free time reading research on burnout, autistic disclosure, neurodiversity at work, and then breaking it down here for you in plain English. So basically, I blend my lived experience with the science so you can get real life scripts and systems that actually work. So before we dive in today, hit the subscribe button, tap the bell, do whatever you need to do. I do drop a fresh video every Saturday, so your weekends can be for rest and not necessarily recovery.
Dear Journal, I did too many things and now I need a nap.
Let's first talk about some research. Let's get into what the research actually says, and let's define some things first. Autistic burnout is tied to long-term mismatch between needs and environment, the pressure to mask ambiguous expectations, chronic overexertion, and when load stays too high and supports stay low, capacity drops and recovery actually takes quite a bit of time. For ADHD, there's these adjacent factors that come in: interruptions, context switching, time blindness. This all inflates the cognitive load, and boundaries that add predictability and clarity lower that load and reduce mistakes. Studies show that autistic burnout happens when the load stays high and support stays low. Things like constant interruptions, time blindness, or open plan sensory overload all add up over time. And the science is clear. Boundaries around time, tasks, and sensory environments reduce errors, lower anxiety, and help keep capacity steady. Second, disclosure. This one's complicated. Research shows that telling your boss or team you're autistic or ADHD is a mixed bag. The upside, the pros, colleagues may finally get why you need certain supports and relationships can improve. The downside is it can trigger more scrutiny, babying, or even constructive dismissal. That's when employers sideline you until you feel forced to quit. Third, accommodations. Evidence say that the most effective supports are simple: flexible hours, advanced agendas, fragrance-free spaces, reduced social demands, and private work areas. But here's the trick: framing these as productivity boosters, not just personal needs, makes leadership more likely to approve them. And lastly, employee resource groups. About 40% of companies now have them, and neurodiversity employee groups are growing fast. But there's a little bit of a catch. They're often underfunded, led by unpaid volunteers, usually people already from marginalized groups, and get shut down if they push too hard for equity. So systemic change is still lagging.
The shark is legally my emotional support animal.
Now, if this resonates so far, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell. I drop new AuDHD friendly videos every Saturday, so kind of you can take care of your brain while planning for the week ahead. The next topic we're going to talk about is rejection sensitivity dysphoria. We can't talk about boundaries at work without talking about RSD. If you've got ADHD or AuDHD, you probably already know this one. RSD is that sudden emotional hit, like actual pain, when you think you've been criticized or rejected, even if it's tiny or just imagined. It's not being dramatic. It's literally your nervous system firing off alarm bells. At work, RSD is a boundary breaker. You say yes when you're already overloaded because the thought of letting someone down feels unbearable. You over-explain, you over-apologize, and you end up getting really burnt out. So here's the key. Recognizing it in the moment and having pre-prepared scripts can help. Instead of negotiating while you're spiraling, I need to say yes because they're going to hate me, you've already got some words lined up. Now, I'm just scratching the surface here on RSD. In a future video, we're going to deep dive into leadership and RSD-friendly feedback because let's be honest, the way managers deliver feedback can make or break whether neurodivergent employees feel safe or shattered. So, let's talk a little bit about the big one here, the big elephant in the room, kind of coming out at work. If you're weighing up whether to disclose your diagnosis, remember it's not all or nothing. Some people tell HR with medical notes, others just tell one trusted manager, and some frame their needs as a non-autism issue like migraines or anxiety. Some don't disclose at all, and they set up covert boundaries that work for them. The right choice is the one that keeps you safe and resourced. And if you want me to do a full video just on disclosure strategies, let me know in the comments. So this is the part you don't want to tell your manager. And I see you, our frontline workers. We will get to you in a later video. But at the moment, we're going to talk about kind of like those steps in the office that you can track. So we've got 7 steps here. If you really want something practical to start with today, we've got a 7-step kind of boundary workbook. It's free. You can download it below and kind of walks you through spotting your leaks and setting micro boundaries and scripting out what to say when you're caught off guard or when guilt or rejection sensitivity kicks in. Instant PDF download. Literally just go download it. So the first step we're going to do is spot your leaks. Start by noticing where your energy drains away. Is it Slack pings, unplanned meetings, sensory overload in the office? Write your leaks down so you know what you're really protecting yourself from. Then translate the leak into a need. Example, too many pings, I need focus time. Overheating in the office, I need temperature control. Naming the need helps you frame the boundary. Script it out. Don't wait until you're stressed to find the words. Pre-write 1 or 2 simple scripts like, I can do this or that, which is the priority, or I'll get back to you after 2 p.m. when I've got a bit of space. Start small, micro boundaries. Pick one tiny low-risk boundary to try kind of today. Could be blocking 30 minutes in your calendar or leaving your camera off for one meeting. Micro wins build confidence. Anchor it in data. Point to facts, not feelings. Instead of, I'm overwhelmed, try, when I had 5 meetings yesterday, I missed a deadline. Blocking focus time helps me hit targets. Data keeps it professional. Build in recovery time, step 6. A boundary isn't just about saying no, it's about protecting recovery. Add pauses between meetings, go for a walk, use a quiet space. This keeps your brain from running on empty. And step 7, not rocket science, review and reset. Boundaries aren't one and done. Check in weekly what worked, what leaked, what needs tweaking. Boundaries are like muscles. The more you use them, the stronger they get. So if you want these, just download them below. Again, no physical product, just a PDF. Just download them, you can print them out, we can try them together. So pass this section on to your managers. If you're watching this part is specifically for you. The research is crystal clear. Workplaces improve for everyone when accommodations are available for anyone. Things like quiet hours, clear agendas, flexible schedules aren't just disability adjustments. They increase productivity and reduce errors across the board. I've got a whole episode coming for you on how to lead neurodivergent employees without causing burnout. That's next week. But for now, here are 3 things you can implement today or on Monday to make it easier for your team. Clarity over guessing. Share agendas before a meeting. Give clear deadlines. Don't make people mind read what urgent means. Flexibility by default. Offer options like quiet hours, camera off for meetings, or flexible start times. These help neurodivergent brains and everyone else. Normalize breaks. Encourage people to step away. Use pacing time or take a walk. If you model it, your team will feel safe to do so too. And if you want your neurodivergent staff to thrive, stop making them beg for every adjustment. Build these into your team culture by default. It's low cost, it boosts retention, and it sends a clear message. You actually value your people. Quick recap: boundaries protect your brain. Disclosure is personal and risky, but it can help. Accommodations benefit everyone, and employment groups are growing but still fragile. If you found this helpful, please hit like, drop a comment with one boundary you're going to try this week, and subscribe for more videos on making work actually work for neurodivergent brains. And remember, setting boundaries isn't about being difficult. It's about protecting your energy so you can show up your best self at work and outside of it.